Hello and welcome to another edition of Ask Cheeky. I'm Isaiah Henkel with Cheeky Scientist, and today's question comes from Miranda Smith. I just started my first postdoc, and I've decided I want to work in industry. How much longer should I stay in my postdoc? Or should I just transition now? So the question is, I just started my postdoc. I've decided that I want to transition into industry. How much longer should I stay in my postdoc? Once you've made the decision to transition into industry, there's very little value in staying in an academic postdoc. We've discussed similar topics before, but I think this question, really hits the nail on the head in terms of the decision that needs to be made. And once you make that decision, I want to transition into industry, or I don't, your future decisions become very clear. If you make the decision you don't want to, then you should stay in academia, pursue that academic postdoc, and work your way towards a professorship, which is not an easy task in today's academic landscape. But once you make the decision that you want to transition into industry, the time to start transitioning is now. Now, of course, you got to take contracts into account and things, commitments that you've made into account. But this is your career and your career only. If you know that you want to do something different, then you need to start making that transition. The transition process itself can take quite a while, so the time to start is now, as soon as you make the decision to transition, because very often it's not going to happen overnight. Now, there are some things that you can do to move along the transition process so that it can happen in a matter of weeks instead of a matter of months or years. But there's very little value, and the basis of this question is, really what's being asked is there value in staying in an academic postdoc once you know you want to go into industry? And the answer is no. In industry, on-the-job training is what is valued. And as soon as you can transition, you can start learning the specific technical skills that company wants you to learn in the way that they want you to learn them. The idea that an academic postdoc is going to prepare you for a higher level industry position is an absolute myth. There is no data to back this up. We've talked to many of the postdocs who have come to us and who have transitioned into industry, and time again they say they wish they would have made the decision sooner, before doing their 6th year of a postdoc, or before doing their 2nd postdoc because their first one didn't work out. We've had people who have made the decision after a few months of doing a postdoc to transition into industry. They've joined the association right after starting their postdoc, and then quickly got into a research scientist position in industry. So again, there are many reasons why it makes sense to go right into industry, and the biggest one is that because your academic postdoc is not going to add as much value to your industry career as your experience in industry will. There's no other clearer way to say it. So as soon as you can start getting that on-the-job training, as soon as you can get into industry, the faster your career will take off. Your career trajectory will be better overall. So really, once you make the decision, start working on your transition. Of course, make sure that you're doing your work in the lab. Fulfill your commitments, but you can start pursuing a job at the same time. So hopefully this answers your question. Until next time, remember your value as a PhD, and start thinking and acting like a successful industry professional.